Hey everybody, I'm here with my good buddy, the Economic Ninja. How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I wish I could have made it to the Boca Raton Silver Symposium. I missed this one. This is the first one I missed since I started my channel, and I wanted to get what was your takeaway?
This isn't just a talk too. When he says that he wished he could be there, I was like texting the whole time, like, dude, I wish you're here. I miss you. I wish you're here. It's the first time we've been on the road and you haven't been at one of these events.
I know it. It's a bummer. I missed it. I'll try not to
Yeah.
miss any more.
Oh, cool. Before we start, what's the silver price, Chris? Do you know by any chance? Do you know what the silver price is?
That is not the accurate silver price.
Oh,
That's
man.
yesterday's. It's yesterday's, but it changes all the time anyway.
That's a good point. Good point. All right. Just wanted to bust your chops. All right, cool. So you want to talk about Boca? First
Yeah, I
off,
want to. What did I miss? I want to know
I'm
what I
gonna
missed.
first off, I'm gonna
I heard
plug
Bitcoin was a
this.
joke.
Yes, Bitcoin is a joke. I found out from Jim Rickards. But no, first off, I want to say that they had an absolutely amazing event. I've been at a lot of these for the ticket costs. I cannot get over how well they fed people, had receptions, drink receptions, and just an amazing spread. The Boca Raton where they had it, that hotel is absolutely amazing. It was just purchased by Michael Dell for like $800 million. He put another 400 million into renovating it. I've never seen a place like it. So if anyone ever wants to stay there, and because of the cost of the event, they gave you like a discounted rate of $300 a night. I gotta just put that out there.
Yeah,
You
just
gotta be able to
pull,
give people good respect, but I've never been at a place with such high caliber of people that work there. The quality of service, everything is amazing.
it feels like you're pouring salt in the wound.
I, dude, it was absolutely remarkable. And I wish I could have actually experienced the entire place because golf was free. So I was able to break away for a few hours with some buddies and go hit balls, and it was fun. But yes, there was a little bit of salt. So I will be speaking at the Silver Symposium, everyone, pretty soon. I don't know if Chris will be there or not. Hint, hint. So we'll see. You can cut that out, buddy. Okay, Boca. It was amazing. There was amazing people there speaking. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch one of them speak except for Andy Scheckman. You know me, Chris. You know that I never go watch people speak at these events. I've been involved in this space for so long, absorbed so much info. It's interesting. Everybody preaches their book. Just about right. I mean, literally, like Jim Rickard said, he goes, I don't give any plugs except for myself. Here's my next book. Check it out. And it's interesting because what I've found is that there's always been a narrative, and everybody just keeps regurgitating everybody else's thought process. And I have my own that I'm going to be coming out with here pretty shortly, a theory, because monetary theory is exactly that. It's theory, right? There's been things that have been changing so rapidly with the invention of computers and derivatives that Keynesian economics and all these different things, they actually don't mean anything anymore. The invention of the computer and financial assets that are put on computers completely changed the game a long time ago. And every time I go to these events, it's never what can you do to save yourself. It's just like everything's going to hell in a handbasket. And I get that same question all the time from people. Why aren't you up there speaking? Well, first off, I'm not that smart, and I'm not joking when I say that. A lot of people that are in academia and esteem themselves these authors. That's sort of been the system, but the system's changing rapidly, and I'm starting to see that. The people that I were absolutely blown away by were all of you guys that were there at the event that had questions and were able to share stories of them out there starting side hustles, paying off debt, absolutely crushing it. I'll give you an example. There was this lady, very, very nice looking, successful lady. And when I say nice looking, I'm talking about the way you walk into a room. Your head's up, shoulders are back, because you have a book of accomplishments in front of you, right? And she was very eager to share with me what she has accomplished in life by herself. Multi-millionaire, self-made, nobody helped her. She was extremely proud of it, and she should be proud of it. The right kind of pride, right?
Mm.
And she was only one of many people that are part of Ninja Nation that come up and go, either this has changed my life or something else I've learned changed my life, and that's what drew me to your channel or yours, Chris. There were people there that mentioned you, and that is what blew me away more than someone standing. There was some billionaire there, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't relate to a billionaire. I can relate to millionaires, multimillionaires. I could also relate to people that are not, because I know exactly what it's like not to barely have enough money to make ends meet and having to go outside of my job to be able to go crush it and make more money. I can relate to all of those social classes. what are you gonna, I mean, I'm gonna be a billionaire someday, but I can't relate to that, right? So I had more fun in Boca Raton speaking with the people attending the event rather than talking with the people that were speaking at the event.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to. I resonate with the people that found out about how to create wealth in their late 20s, early 30s, and now you've got a starting point. Now you understand how to do it, and you've got a starting point, and the climb is on. Your path's in front of you now. Before, some of us weren't trying to accumulate wealth and assets and things that pay us to own them. So it's cool that we could resonate with different sectors of people. I would like to also resonate with us billionaires one day, but the path is there, and we can kind of do it together. I see what you're saying.
No, I completely agree. I understand what you mean. You know, there are people at these events that, well, first off, the Boca Raton event from Rick Rule is a whole nother level of investor. These are people that are mostly accredited investors or people that are investing in stocks and equities and that or bonds, and they want to go to that next level. So a lot of the talk was of people, talking about private placements, seed rounds, things like that. It's a totally different level. And I encourage people to step up to that level. It was 2004, Robert Kiyosaki brought me up to that level personally when he had a conversation with me and he says, why are you not accredited? And you need to become accredited so we can teach you some amazing tax advantage. And that was great. It changed my life, absolutely changed my life. And that's where I want to bring people up to. But at a certain time, what I believe right now, before this collapse, as we are in the collapse right now, there's a lot of things that are more important, like getting out of debt, holding on to a good credit score or building your credit score up, because I don't care what anybody thinks. The world's not going to turn to rubble. We're not going to start smacking each other over the heads with clubs. We're still going to have credit. And if you want to go crush it, you need a good credit score. Even, I want people to understand this, if they're paying cash. That's something people just don't understand.
Yeah, I agree. Having a solid credit score, that's going to be the way you're going to use other people's money to invest with.
That's
If
right.
you don't have that option, you can only trade more of your time for money. And that's not realistic for a lot of people. So keep that in mind. That's the only way you're going to be able to go.
Well, and I'll say this too. I went in to buy a Lexus one day. This was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. And I was paying cash to the Lexus, and they were not going to, Lexus dealer was not going to let me out with that car. I literally had $100 bills, stack of them, buying that car without them running my credit. Boy, was I pissed. I mean, so even if people think I'm going to be rich with my gold and silver someday and I'm just going to go out and buy stuff, there are literally rules and laws in place, anti-money laundering laws and all that kind of stuff. They're still going to be running your credit. So there's a whole gamut of knowledge that needs to be spread. Even if you don't agree with these things, you need to understand the rules and laws so we could teach you how to navigate them and absolutely circumvent them legally and go crush it.
Yeah, I just hope they don't start merging social credit with your financial credit. That's going to
they're going to. That technology's already been out in Silicon Valley. They studied what happened in China. It's already there. It's already being prepared.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do about that one?
Well, the only thing that could, a really good old fashioned market collapse will knock them back into the Stone Ages a little bit, honestly. And that's one thing I'm looking forward to doing. But yeah, things are moving rapidly.
Cool. So what was like the main takeaway from Boca Raton, other than you had fun and hung out with a bunch of billionaires and the food was awesome?
No, I didn't know. Trust me, they don't want to hang out with me. I'm actually the one that's like, who is that guy? Honestly, half the people there knew the channel and understood what I was about. The other half is, come on, I got cardboard and a polo shirt on, and the big takeaway was the importance of hanging out with people that are more successful than you and gleaning from them. And what I heard from everybody told me the exact same thing, because there was a few people that had used the link of mine to buy tickets, and they kept saying over and over, they would come up to me and they would say, I'm so grateful that you showed me this. I am not alone. In my thinking, they're all like me, and they were just like so pleased, so excited, and they left the event fired up. And Chris, you and I met in an event in Miami for the first time, and what those events do, and most of the time you're going by yourself, and that's a big step for a lot of human beings. So I want to tell people, not everyone can go to a movie theater by themselves or go out to eat dinner. But when it comes to your finances, go to one of these events by yourself and understand that 90% of the crowd is by themselves. So it's the greatest. It's like a single club for millionaires. And if you're not a millionaire, and I wasn't, the first time I ever went to an event, I hadn't become a millionaire yet. But what happened is you get around all those people with the millionaire mindset, and it just starts snapping off, and it happens, and it's so invigorating. And I just can't say enough good about it.
Absolutely. That's my favorite thing about these meetups of any type. The meetups we've done, Rick Rules, even Rebel Capitalist, where we met, was the caliber of people that you run into. No matter what they're worth,
yep,
you're like minded, and you can just about you're sure that you've made a friend when you run into them. It's amazing, and you don't feel alone. That's a lot of the things that we get on my channel and your channel as well, is people feel alone because there's just not that many people that have woken up yet and that are paying attention. And some people, it's almost like they physically can't. I don't understand that. Have you noticed that? It's like they can't get there, they can't see it, or they won't.
Yes, they can't. It's because it's not a reality in your mind. It has to become a reality in your mind, and it only becomes a reality in your mind if you say it out loud multiple times. The more you speak over yourself and your life in a positive manner, it comes into existence. It is a very, very real spiritual principle, regardless of how your spirituality is. It is a law. It's like the law of reaping and sowing. I don't care what you think about charity. When you give, you do receive back. My life is a living testimony to that. And now what you guys are seeing with my channel is just yet one more extension of that law. Well, it's the same way about yourself. You are going to go the direction your tongue is going. So if you're a negative Nancy, snap out of it. You can change. It is not in your DNA, but you have to learn those principles and see the fruit from your labor until, that's when it just goes, okay, now it works. And then I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. So your life will absolutely change if you do that.
I agree. It's worked for you, and congratulations on hitting 250,000 subscribers, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Dude. Yeah, tried not to cry. Barely got through that video. It sounds funny because someone's like, well, does anybody else remember the time the Ninja cried at 100,000? But I'm going to be honest with you. It is very touching. My life has changed so just even going because we get recognized everywhere, and like in the airport we got recognized multiple times. And I'm gonna tell you something that I wasn't planning on telling this. I got recognized by a gentleman that was one of my first subscribers. He's a man that lives down in Texas, but he's I don't remember the nationality, but he's from the Caribbean. And he got so stoked because my flight was delayed bad. I'd had a really bad day. His flight was delayed. He was having a bad day, but I kept saying Andy Scheckman dropped me off at the airport. And I go, honestly, there's a reason for this. God's got something planned. He goes, that's the way to look at it, man. I go, yeah. So I run into this guy and I'm pretty stressed, but I took the time to talk with him. And then we got separated and I was delayed even more. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go find this guy. So I walked all through the airport for a half an hour looking for this guy, found him. And he had started a YouTube channel on my suggestion when I had like 5,000 subs. I'm like, dude, you have got obviously a ton of energy and a ton of life, and you go start a channel. Well, he did, and I helped him. I think I shared some videos or I did an interview with him. There was a lot going on back then, and he grew to like 2,000-3,000 subs. And I said, where are you at now? And he goes, I'm rebranding, and I'm gonna start a travel vlog. And I'm like, what's it called? He said, worst travel vlog ever. And I'm like, that is awesome. And I watched his first video and I'm like, dude, you guys are going to kill it. And his business partner was there, was, I guess, a massive fan of mine too. Like, it was so funny. I love messing with people. Every once in a while, I'll come along someone in public and they're watching one of my videos. I could see it on the phone. And I've actually messed with them pretty bad. And it's so much fun, but they interviewed me and there was so much life in these guys. And I have a feeling pretty soon you and I, Chris, are going to be in the Bahamas with these guys filming some videos real quick. These guys are going to absolutely crush it. But it was like, it changes your life. It's like, oh my gosh, I can help people truly. And I have that same message and vision for everyone watching this video. All you have to do is try, get out of that social circle you're in, step into a new one, and just keep speaking over your own life, regardless of if you believe in God or not. Just speak over yourself positively, because too many times people have been speaking negatively over you.
You're right. It's not a natural thing to do, and it's being a pessimist is hard to get out of, and try to speak positive things all the time.
Yeah, we should probably even stop talking because we're already moving into the next video we wanted to make. Nothing about Boca had to do with money. Just, that's to close that up. nothing about Boca had to do with money. It was about mindset. I learned nothing about things about your mind, my mind, everyone that was going's mindset. I mean, we were speaking not of money necessarily. We were speaking of life and relationships. And that was the key takeaway from Boca Raton, you know, and I got to spend time with Andy, you know, Scheckman and his wife, awesome wife. And I mean, you know how they are. They're epic and just,
Oh yeah, they're
you
good
know,
people.
yeah, like super, super good people. So
Yeah.
no, it was great, man.
Well, cool, man. And we'll leave it here. Have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks,
Later.
guys. See ya.